And yay, it's day 2, that many, of our 3-song series of songs that are in this mildly peculiar tuning. E, A, D, G, B, just like normal, but then your baby E string goes down 1 whole step or 2 notes to D. Today's offering is Sparks by Coldplay. Don't not do this. This is awesome. By the way, I'm going off a recent Instagram live that Chris and Johnny from Coldplay did, and you could see Chris's hands really well. It did differ in a few small parts, just a little bit, what I saw from other live versions, but all the things that were different were interchangeable chords, so it doesn't matter anyways, and he was just making an artistic preference in the moment. The first thing you do is capo 6, and you're going to play a regular old E minor chord. Now I'm going to call out actual frets because we're really going away from the capo here and I don't want to have to do math. It's going to be A12, D10, 1 fret higher with the same shape, and then A14, D13, down to A10, D8, and then the A string drops to 9. So we got E minor, 12, 10, 1 fret higher, 14, 13, 10, 8, 9, 8. And that's our intro, at the end of which you're going to hammer on, if you want, to the D string, right where your pointer finger is. Take it back off, and then take your middle finger off as well before we go into the verse. So here's our intro. That brings us to right before he starts singing, when the bass lays down its woozy little bass line, and we're going to do E, 9, A11, and D10. Alert, this is where Chris Martin uses his thumb. I am not a thumb guy. You can if you want to. I'm not going to. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter. The second chord, this is where I saw 2 different things. One of them was just put your pinky finger on D11 and open up that E string. So that's a great option. But at the time in question, it was A13 and D11 with, again, the open E string. You see they're pretty much interchangeable. They're almost the same thing, just a different arrangement of the same notes, so you pick. Once the singing starts, you do that twice, however you chose to do it. Then, your pinky finger goes to D13, and your pointer finger reaches down to the G string in the same fret, the 11th fret. Hang on that chord, and back to chord 1. But the last chord before the second half of the first verse is going to be pinky finger goes on D11 and pointer finger reaches all the way back to G8, ring finger stays put. So here's our verse. By the way, the 5th chord in that sequence, 1, 2, 3, 4, when you put your pinky finger down and your pointer finger moves to the G string, that's a fancy way to play A minor relative to the capo, and he does, in other parts of the song, on that performance, replace this chord with regular A minor. You can choose for yourself. It's the difference of the funny Weezer effect when you have the higher string making a lower note. Right? Or not. But if you do this one, he plays around with his ring finger when he hangs on it. So you choose, you can do one, then the other. I'm going to just stick with this one because I love that higher string, lower note thing. It's up to you. Sing in I. It's a good letter to sing. You already know it. It's the intro. In the second verse for the line, I know I was wrong, these are lyrics expressing consternation, and so do the chords. They change here. I'm inclined to keep it the same as all the other verses, because if I'm playing a bunch of songs, it's less to remember. But if you want to do it, here's what it is. The first chord's the same. The second chord's the same, but we're going to add our middle finger to the G string 12th fret. Listen to what this does. And he went through a lot of trouble to use his middle finger there. Oh yeah, by the way, he thumb guys it there on that chord. I can't even begin to do it, but it'd be the E string 11th fret if you can begin to do it. The next chord is crazy. The ring finger is going to go down to the 12th fret, and you're left with this total mess. There it is. And then we're doing A11, D11, G10. It's kind of normal. He plays regular A minor next, or you could play the aforementioned Weezer A minor. And then back to the two regular chords at the end. So here we go. Into the last chorus. But that's it. Now you know all the pieces. Isn't that great? I don't know how someone begins to come up with something like that. But now we can play it, even if we can't understand how it works. Thank you so much for being here for day 2 of songs in this a little bit peculiar tuning. I hope that was fun and helpful. And I will see you next time with stuff like this. But not Coldplay. This has been kind of a setup because you're not. It's going to be cool. All right. Goodbye.